Hey, what's up, everyone? It looks like there was a few people already on the live stream just waiting. How's everyone doing? Let's see here. Huh. I am doing great. There you go. What's up? Where's the meat? I actually have some dried meat prepared. If you watch my TikTok videos or maybe even YouTube videos, you may already recognize this. This is the dried meat that I made with Danos. So, like, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it here. So, the Danos is right there. That green top, that bottle right there. Yeah, so I used that to make this. So this is dried meat. This I made this like maybe a month ago, or something. Let's see. Yeah, kind of like about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and it still smells really good. And so yeah, I'll slice this up. I'll have some in a little bit. Is this live? Yes, this is currently live. I got on maybe like a couple minutes early. Yeah, but all I have today is some Heineken. I don't have any of my special beers today. Um, but yeah, let's enjoy some Heineken. We'll have a thing like this here, so yeah, that'll work. Let's drink beer. There you go. What's crack-a-lackin'? I let's see here. I just posted a TikTok video about like thermal night vision goggles, and and I'll probably make another video on this, but the reason why this like thought kind of came up or came to mind is because earlier I was walking Raven outside, and it's really dark outside, and there's no street lights or anything in where I'm at, and these two guys on bikes, they they came up behind me, and then so I went into like the field to kind of get away from them, and Raven had her collar with that light that changes color, like to red, blue, green, white, and whatever, and it kind of loops. And those guys saw, and then they started like barking or whatever and making noise. And so I turned it off. I turned the light off, and I kept walking. And the guys like stopped. They got off their bikes and they started rustling around in their bags, and they started laughing and they started talking, and it sounded like they recognized me. It sounded like they knew me from when I got shot. Um, it could have been them that shot at me last time. And so I was kind of cautious, and I was kind of upset too because it sounded like it was them. But I'm not really sure. Uh, and so I was thinking to myself, like, wouldn't it be cool if I had like some sort of night vision where I'd be able to like see people in the dark, you know? And so that kind of came to mind because on TikTok a while back, I actually saw video footage of the $6,000 like night vision thermal goggles or something like, or binoculars or something. It was really cool. Yeah, they're very expensive. But yeah, cheers. Uh, Happy weekend. I worked today, but it was pretty chill. Ooh, haven't had Heineken in a while. Let's see here. Where do you get all the spices, things that you put in your food? And for those who haven't seen the YouTube video yet, the stuff you season Daisy with. Oh, um, here, let me pull some out and I'll show you. So I'll go through some of the ingredients, um, and I'll show you some of the stuff that is more easily acquirable, I guess, maybe. Okay, let's see here. So first, these are Chinese red dates. So they're just dried dates. And so like you can eat them like this. And they're somewhat sweet, but in the middle there's a seed. But these dates are not sugary sweet like the dates that you normally see at like the grocery store. These have more of a mild flavor. Otherwise, this is ginseng. So like I put in a lot of large like roots and stuff like that. So yeah, this is ginseng. It has a very specific smell or aroma and taste. These right here, these are lotus seeds. So like lotus flower and all of that like that, and they look kind of like lily pads almost, but lotus seeds. They are in this pod like thing. These are dried goji berries. You probably can find goji berries at like Whole Foods or something like that. And these are also, this is a different type of goji berry. This is the more common one. The darker one that I showed you is, I think actually it is hawthorn or something like that. I'm not really sure. But I think that it's still goji berries. This, like the wood that you saw that I put in, I don't know exactly what this is. I know it's wood though. And I think it might be part of like licorice or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Let's see here. And you see this. And so this is also like a bunch of branches also. So like it's pieces of wood. Yeah, see? It's wood. This is also, I think this is also like part of the other pieces of wood. It's like licorice or something. I'm not really sure. But like all of these ingredients were actually like put together in one bag or something. Like I purchased it. Let me see here. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's here. But it was just in one large bag and everything was together, and I kind of just separated them into these jars so that way it just looks cooler for a video. I also bought like some of these. This here is called I actually don't know, but there is the name of the item. And then this right here, oh, this one here actually says licorice root. Yeah, so this is licorice root right here. And it looks pretty much the same as like the wood that I have over here. So I'm not entirely sure. But these things pretty much have like medicinal sort of value, I suppose. And it does impart flavor, but the flavor is really mild. Most of the flavor is coming from like the chicken, the dates, and the was it the goji berries. Let's see here. But yeah, great question. Let me kind of scroll back here. Let's see. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream though. I've enjoyed the live streaming on YouTube a lot more. and it's really cool to see you guys join. Let's see here. The Momo the Second. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Jonathan? Let's see here. There's Marty. What's up? Let's see here. Can I change you to? I wanted to change Marty to a mod last time, but for some reason I couldn't. Oh, there you go. Add moderator. Here from Grove City. Actually on the road. Let's see here. On my way back from Texas with a load of butter going to New Ulm. Let's see here. I see your notice. Set my alarm. Thank you very much. Do I have wood for smoking? I think I do have wood for smoking, like meats and stuff like that. I actually have pellets, but I don't have a pellet smoker. Let's see. In the future, will you have magnets for your designs in your spread shop? Um, if they're available, I can turn them on. Yeah, I can definitely do that. And I can probably suggest that to the team also at Spreadshop. So like I'm really close to like the people that work in Spreadshop, and they're really cool people. And I've enjoyed really working with them. Spreadshop is a really cool company, and they've taken care of me a lot. And so like as you can see, like this shirt right here, it says "Quit Your Day Job." It's actually from Spreadshop. And so Spreadshop is really cool. They have a podcast that says "Quit Your Day Job." It's a "Quit Your Day Job" podcast, and they talk about all sorts of different things that you can possibly do to monetize an audience, or just have like a really small side hustle selling merchandise and stuff like that. You don't even need to be a creator to sell merchandise on Spreadshop's website, and it's really cool. Neighbor live stream. They also only have 3 viewers, but it's fun. Yeah. Let's see here. Moved to Central California. Got some mountain towns, such in Springvale, California. Super nice flat lands, hills, no cities. Nearest. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. So like, I have considered thinking about moving to different states and stuff like that too. Like one of my goals actually is like to do like a van life sort of thing, right, with Raven, and kind of travel the states and maybe just drop off in the middle of a state somewhere and live there for like a month or something, and then go to a different state and do the same thing, you know. Um, like someday I would like to do something like that. I'm not really sure. Um, it seems really frightening at the same time also, you know, kind of doing it all by myself, you know, and just kind of going around. But it's something that I do want to do though. It's really cool. Let's see here. Also, we made the sauce, the air fried crabs. What kind of soybean paste did you use? Um, Soybean paste. Like, so the black soybean paste that I've used in the past is like a Korean fermented black soybean paste. Um, Let me see here. Here you go. It's really dusty, but black soybean paste. So this jar right here is something that this black bean paste, I've used this to preserve meat and stuff like that in the past. But like the sauce that I make for my crabs, there's a very specific like hot pepper paste or hot pepper sort of thing that I use. Trying to find it. Let's see. Can't find it right now. So like the pepper powder that you guys see is very, very specific. A lot of people have been like substituting like chili oil or something like that, and it's actually not right. Chili oil makes things spicy, and this actually is spicy, but it's a different type of spicy. It's not as spicy, and it numbs your mouth because it's Szechuan peppercorns. Um, and it has a floral scent to it, and it smells different. And so when I make my sauce for my soft shell crabs, um, it's very specific. And so I since you asked and a lot of people ask about it, I may make a very dedicated video on YouTube about it. And so I might actually spend some time doing that to show you all the ingredients, where you can get it, and stuff like that. Maybe in the future, I can procure those ingredients for people and then mix it or something and then sell it. But I'm not really sure yet. But for now, I can probably just share like where you can get it and stuff, and like the brand name of the pepper powder. It's like a mix or something, but it's really good. Yeah, live streams on YouTube are much better than the ones on TikTok. Yes. Let's see here. Oh wow, I'm kind of behind, aren't I? No. Oh wait, never mind. I'm not. Can you preserve fish like that also? Watched you drying meat videos yesterday, and let's see here, and may try that. So, fish has a long history in different countries and cultures and stuff like that. Fish preservation is fairly simple. For the most part, all you really need to do is just salt it or season it or whatever, and then you just let it dry, and then you're good to go. That's how most places like preserve fish. Um, but there's other ways to preserve fish also. So like one other way is to like put it in a brine for a little bit, for like the salt brine, and then you wash it all off, and then you smoke it. And like the smoke and all of that preserves the fish because smoke in general is antimicrobial or something and antibacterial. I think I don't quote me on it, but it's something like that, and that's why it kind of preserves meat. And then at the same time, um, the smoke also preserves it because it dries the meat out, and so I eventually want to learn how to smoke foods and stuff like that, but like right now, I just don't have a whole ton of time to do it because smoking food requires a ton of time and patience, and I don't have a ton of time. I have a lot of patience, I just don't have a ton of time, because with smoking stuff, you need to maintain the smoke at a specific temperature and specific sort of fire and all of that, and it just takes a lot of work, and I'm very inexperienced with that, and I just kind of want to start, but I have other things that is higher priority on the list, sort of. Um, and that's my problem essentially. That's why I want to quit my job, right? So that way it frees up the time and I can do like one project and dedicate more time to it and be a little bit more focused on it. And so that, excuse me, and then be able to actually like tackle that project and take care of it and do it, without having to worry about like time constraints or anything like that. Because right now, like today, for example, like today, um, I woke up early, I brought Raven out and everything, and I got started with a bunch of projects and stuff. And I took care of a lot of like personal stuff, and I was really motivated to get stuff done today. And I got a lot of stuff done today. But then when it was time to go to work, I was still really, really motivated. And it was a beautiful day also. But it was time to go to work, and I had to spend 8 hours working. And that motivation is all gone now, you know? Um, and and the thing is, I'm not motivated to do work or do tasks every single day. You know, I'm human. Like, like I'm not perfect every single day. You know, I can't be productive every single day. There are days where I'm just mentally drained, where I don't want to do anything and I just need to recharge, right? But there are a lot of the times now, the time that I need to recharge are days that I have off, right? And then right now, because I'm working, I feel like when I'm recharging on a day off, I'm wasting time because it's a day off, and I'm not productive. It feels like it's just a wasted day, right? But if I don't have a full-time job and I need to recharge, it's okay, right? Because I'll have the next day, and then I'll be able to be productive and then do whatever I need to do and be productive. So that's why I kind of want to shift my lifestyle right now. And I think it's possible, right? And it's really fun to think about the idea of being able to create content and then be able to make money while doing it, and then be able to do what I love, you know, without needing to work a 9 to 5 and make other people's dreams come true. I want to make my own dreams come true and help others have similar dreams come true also. Jojo, thank you very much. Are you Japanese? I am not Japanese. I am Vietnamese. I was born in Vietnam, and I moved over to the United States when I was 2. So like, um, I just had turned 2, and then I landed in the United States like maybe like 10 days later or something like that. And the furthest back memory that I could like remember is when I just turned 2, when I visited the United States, or like moved to the United States. Um, I don't remember anything on the flight or airplane or anything like that, or anything prior. But I remember landing in the United States. I remember being given a panda bear stuffed animal. I remember like my car ride to my cousin's place, and then I remember meeting him for the first time and seeing him play. What was it? I saw him play on the original on the original Nintendo system. He was playing like this weird Batman game, right? It was like a side-scrolling Batman game, but then he took it out and he was trying to show off, and so he put in Legend of Zelda. And that was sort of like my first experience in the United States. It was my very first night, and that's all that I can remember. When I first, that's the most distant memory that I can remember. I want to actually make a video on that because someone was doubting that I couldn't remember that far back. Like there was a video of someone asking that question, and I responded in the comments saying that like furthest back that I could remember is 2 years old. And someone in the comments like said that I was lying, that I couldn't remember that it was like memories that were from photos or something, but there was no photos on any of that. And I've confirmed my memories with my family, and I'm correct. Let's see here. I can be in an awful mood some days, and just throwing on one of your videos, listening to it in the background, can completely turn a bad day around. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Um, so like I don't hear that often, and so I appreciate it. Like I so like I there's so like I have Instagram DMs and stuff like that. People DM me with kind comments like that. People saying that like their mental health is better because of my videos and stuff like that, and like and all that. And I really appreciate that. And hearing that, because like people don't tell me any of that in person ever. And I guess I don't meet anyone who watches my videos really in person often, and so like it's cool to hear people say that. Because the thing is, like, I make my videos for myself for the most part, because I like seeing myself go through this journey and then be able to learn from myself again. So like, for example, like I recently featured that butchering video, like the chicken butchering video, the butchering day or whatever, because I don't remember how to butcher a chicken really, because I don't do it often enough. And my first year was last year. And so I rewatched that video to kind of relearn what I had learned last year. And so hopefully I do a better job this year. And I just enjoy rewatching some of the adventures that I have with Raven and stuff like that also. And so I rewatch my videos very often. And um, like I watch other people's videos too, though. So like Joe Robinette, like sometimes if I'm having a bad day also, or just am lazy or something and I want to do a task, but I want to throw something on so that I can have some background noise, I watch Joe Robinette. And so his videos sometimes are like 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours long. And I just throw his videos on and I just sit there and I watch, or I just fold laundry, or I just go do something, in my bedroom while I'm watching. And so it's really calming in a sense, because I get to see him do the things that I want to do. Because like he goes out into the wilderness, in Canada, in the middle of nowhere, and he like builds campsites and stuff. He builds structures and forts and all of that stuff, and I want to do all of that, but I just don't have the time and like the resources really to do that just yet, because I have to prioritize certain tasks, certain things that I want to do, and I can't prioritize going camping just yet. And I hope that I am able to do that next year. So like spring next year, I hope I can like prioritize going camping more. But I want to do winter camping, so don't get me wrong. Like I'm gonna do winter camping. It's gonna be so cool. Hmm. Have you ever gotten food poisoning from bad dry aging? Um, Not really, kind of. So like I would just get like diarrhea or something. Um, but it's not like I've mentioned I've mentioned this before. It's not like a really unpleasant diarrhea. It's just something that happens, and then you kind of pass it, and like the very following day you're fine again. Um, and that's basically it. I haven't had like a food poisoning to where I like have a stomach ache and it just like twists and hurts for a long time or anything like that. No, I haven't had anything like that. I've had food poisoning kind of with like sushi in the past. And that was really bad. But for the most part, I haven't had a whole ton of problems, because for the most part, I'm fairly um, careful about everything. Yeah, here we go. So, as you mentioned, let's give this a try again. And I'll kind of record this and remember about this. So like I'm eating this tonight. It's Saturday night and I'm eating this now. I'm likely going to finish the whole thing. And so we'll see how I am tomorrow and the following day. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine, because I'm like my gut has kind of like gone used to all of this at this point. And so like I'm fine now, even if it has a ton of bacteria, I'm fine. Oh god, but it smells so good. So I'm slicing it to like small strips of meat. So like, there you go. Is it focusing? Yeah, there you go. You can still see sort of like the pink, the red of the meat, but it's dry. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. Like the Dano seasoning is good because it has really nice spices. It smells really good. And it tastes even better. One thing I can do also is I can just tear it like this. Yeah, this might actually be easier. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. It was so good. This is a perfect drinking snack. So, dried meat and some beer. Perfect. Hmm. Smoking food changed my life. It does take time when you do it, but so very worth it. Yes, I bet. Like I love smoked foods. So like growing up in an Asian family, we don't know anything about smoked foods or even barbecue. Like I don't even know how to barbecue. Like I know the concept and I know the like I have an understanding of what barbecue is, but I don't know how to barbecue. I've never done it. Like I've been to barbecues and stuff like that, and I've seen friends get barbecues going and all that. But personally, me myself, I've never done it before. I actually bought um, a one of those black barbecue like smokers or whatever. Like those coal smokers or whatever. I really don't know what it's called. I have one back. I bought one last year, but I haven't really used it. And I plan on trying to figure out how to use it correctly. Um, just get some coals going or briquettes or something, and see if I can smoke some food. But I like cold smoking stuff. You know, I don't like hot smoking foods. Let's see. When you quit your job, I am going to quit my job at the end of the year. So I have pretty much set that in stone at this point because I've talked about it so much. And I've even confirmed with my managers and my peers and stuff like that. And so they all kind of know that I'm going to be quitting my job at the end of the year. So December 31st or whatever is going to be my very last day. And then January 1st, 2022 is going to be my very first day free. Okay, I am reading the comments, so thank you very much. Oh, Marty learned how to use chopsticks today, huh? Nice. Mm, it's so good. Like, I really wish I can share this. Thank you very much, Will. Thank you very much again, Momo. Let's see here. Fall, winter are the best in my book. Yes, it is. I don't like warm weather at all. Yeah, I don't like warm weather at all either. Okay. Wow. I was really behind, huh? Okay. Let's see here. So, long form survival in the future. Okay. Is it snowing yet? No, it's not snowing yet. It would be nice, maybe, if it did snow, but I'm not ready for snow just yet. Like, I'm ready for cold weather, but I don't want it to snow just yet. So, let's see here. Let's talk about like survival videos and survival challenges for a moment. So, there's a lot of people on YouTube, like Joe Robinette, um, and let's see here. What's his name? He's the guy. He's one of the winners from um, the Alone series. Fowler or something like that. Zachary, yeah, Zach Fowler. Um, he he does a lot of cool challenges where he does like a 30-day survival challenge where he like survives off of just the food that he can acquire, and he actually weighs himself ahead of time and then afterwards, and then he also does this challenge with another guy. um it was the other guy is also on that same season with him. I forget his name too, but he was really really cool. um and the both of them have done videos together that challenge, and I'd love to do something like that but on a smaller scale, because I'm going to be very honest, like, I've never done a solo sort of like camping trip. Um like a full solo camping trip. Like, I've done camping trips with friends, family and stuff like that where we would sleep overnight in a tent outdoors, but I've never done one by myself. And I'd like to do that. But like, it's scary. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's scary, like, you don't know what's out there, and you're just unfamiliar, and you're not familiar with that sort of environment because you're so used to sleeping in a nice warm bed at home in a house where it's safe, right? And if you're going camping and stuff and you're sleeping out pretty much in the outdoors, but then you're in a tent, and that tent isn't very safe if you think about it. Like, it's just a thin material that surrounds you. You get the false sense of safety, but at the same time, it's not a bad thing, to have that feeling. It's good to ease into fear and kind of relieve yourself of that fear as you continue to do it more often, right? And so, like, it's the same thing with like firearms and guns and stuff like that. Like, I have a semi small amount of fear of guns and stuff, but like, I want to learn more about it, and I want to safely handle them. And so I will purchase my own like firearms so that way I can learn properly. You can't just sit on the sidelines and judge weapons and guns, um, because of the things that people do with them. You have to actually learn, like hands on. And so that's the same thing with camping or anything else, really. And so I want to pretty much uh, go camping and do it all alone, and then maybe perhaps do an overnight with Raven and stuff like that too. And so, yeah, that's something I really, really want to do. And maybe eventually I want to do like a long-term sort of survival challenge with Raven, um, where I will feed her, and give her water and everything, take care of her every single day. I'll bring food for her and water for her, but myself, I'll have to survive off of whatever I can find. And I want to do that. I want to do a survival challenge like that, and film it and everything. It'd be really cool. It'd be a really nice challenge to do. Maybe like do a couple day challenge or something, and then eventually work my way up to like a week and maybe even a month or something. But that sounds a bit ridiculous, kind of far out there. But I want to do something like that. And I want to challenge myself. I want to ease into that fear, right? Because I am scared. I'm. It's like like you don't know like the animals that might be out there that can attack you, right? And it's just stuff that I just am ignorant about, and I want to learn so that way I'm not scared anymore. So I hope that makes sense. Bushcraft and survival skills are really good to know. I'm learning some. It's good for us all to know these skills. Yes, it's true. It was very true. Like I've done a lot of things in the past where like I've learned a lot of different things and stuff, and I've had certain hobbies and stuff. So like I'm an illustrator. I grew up drawing, and I was decent at it. I was pretty good, and I made money with it. Um, and I went to school for graphic design and stuff too. But it didn't stick with me. I stopped seeing value in it, right? Like real life value in it. Like I feel like there's other people that can find that value, that can make value out of it, and that's okay. But for me, I lost that sight, right? That spark or that motivation to make art because I didn't see a lot of value in it. I see more value in it now, but like I kind of lost it. And so when bushcraft and survival and just primitive technology and just the idea of survival and self-reliance, right? That like sparked something in me where I found that it makes sense, right? And it makes sense not only to me, but I feel like it really makes sense to other people also. So like just self-reliance as a broad spectrum of a topic, self-reliance in general is just the idea of being able to take care of yourself and being able to survive, or just being able, yeah, just take care of yourself, right? Self-reliance in the fact like, hey, I know how to um like uh like fix a flat tire or something, right? You can be self-reliant in that, where if you have a flat tire in the middle of the street, you can fix it and then start going again. You don't need to rely on other people, right? Or being self-reliant in the sense that um, you can grow your own food or raise your own livestock, or self-reliant in the sense that you have the understanding of the natural world with like bushcraft skills and being able to utilize your natural world to just have a better survival experience, right? Like if you were put into a survival situation, it'll just turn into a inconvenient camping situation opposed to a survival situation, right? So like for me, with the current knowledge that I have now, if I were to be stranded somewhere And if I had a decent amount of tools, so like my clothing, some cordage, maybe a knife, maybe a container or something, I will make do and be able to probably survive, and it'd be more of an inconvenient survival situation or camping situation, right? That's what Dave Canterbury talks about a lot. And so, like, instead of being a really inconvenient survival situation where you're scared, right? Perhaps it turns into just an inconvenient camping session, essentially, right? Because you'll know what to do to survive, and it'll be just inconvenient until you find like um, help. Swig Trooper asks, "What's my real name?" My real name is Tom. Yeah, I like my real name, my Vietnamese name. I don't know if I want to share it right now, but my my name that I go by and everyone knows me by is Tom. Hmm. Well, thank you very much for sharing that, Marty. Yeah, so like I'm not the only one that's scared of doing this, and that makes me feel a little bit better, right? Because like you kind of just don't know what's out there, and if you're in an unfamiliar place in the woods, it's just kind of scary. Um, don't know if you guys watch this guy. I don't really know his name, but I watch him on an occasion, but it's this guy that does a lot of stealth camping. And it's really cool. And it's really fascinating to me. I don't know how legal all the stuff he does is, but like he does a lot of stealth camping. He like takes his truck or van or something and he goes into a parking lot and he camps for the night. He sleeps there in there, or he like goes and he parks somewhere and he goes into like a set of woods behind like a uh like suburbs, like homes or something in the woods or something, and then he just camps out overnight, and he does a lot of stealth camping. It's really cool, and it's really captivating, and I totally understand like why someone would like enjoy watching his videos. It's really interesting. um and I want to do stealth camping eventually sometime too, and it'd be really cool. Like stealth camping is probably a little bit easier for me to do opposed to normal camping, because with normal camping you have to like buy like a ticket to go somewhere usually, and like have a campgrounds and then go camping, and then you are kind of in an unfamiliar place, but but it's usually further away, but I can possibly do stealth camping in my neighborhood. Like there's there's like a wooded area like maybe 5 minutes away from me, like a 5 minute walk away from me. And I can go into those woods and do like a stealth camp or something overnight. Um, and it's not that far away. But my only issue is there's homeless people in the area. And so I might run into them or just be really awkward or creepy. But I don't know. Hmm. Izzy the Hawk. Thank you very much. Plans on bringing my Amazon wish list back. Yes. So I have been building an Amazon wish list of things that I actually need. Um, and I do plan on putting that back up soon. I might even put it back up tonight because you asked about it. I'll have it in the link in my bio. I'll see what I can do. I want to adjust it and I want to make it more customized and like put notes down on each item and stuff. Um, but yeah, I would like to put the wish list back up again, because I put the wish list up like around this like November or December last year, and I got a ton of stuff. And some of the stuff I haven't even opened still. So like this right here. This is the stuff. This is something that's from the wish list. This is the DeWalt. Let's see here. It's the angle grinder. So this angle grinder was from. It was a gift from one of my like really kind supporters, and then I have my drill press, and then I have my let's see here, my belt sander. It's sitting right over here. The belt sander I actually did take out and I used the belt sander to grind this down. This is a moose antler that I grinded down. Um, but once I build out my shed a little bit more, and once I have that second room that I want to build, I will be able to then build out like a workbench or something like that. So that way I can actually set up all these tools and make sense of everything. Because right now my shed is just a mess because I have so many things in here that it's hard to really organize, and I don't have a whole ton of space. Also, I have food in here, I have gear in here, and I have a bunch of belongings and stuff like that in here. And that extra 8 by 8 foot space will allow me to organize things a little bit better. And there was actually a person who sent me $100 like an hour ago. He asked for my Cash App, and I shared it with him because it was that video on TikTok about me extending my shed, and he sent me $100. Like, he really didn't need to. None of you need to send me any money, but I really do appreciate it if you do, because it's going to pretty much be put back into my content. So like the $100 that he sent me actually pays for the full frame of the walls on my shed, like for the extension. It'll pay for the frame, so like all the 2x4s. So like I calculated everything, and I think I need about 36 2x4s, and maybe two more. And I think I have enough already. I have several extra. But yeah, $100, that's gonna pay for the walls. But I'm going to need to pay for like the siding. So like that'll be a little bit more because I'm actually using better quality sheathing or plywood. The plywood that's the plywood that you see here is like really, really thin. Like, and it's just two layers that come up to maybe be like half an inch. Like the walls here are probably half an inch or less. It's not that thick at all. And because so like the main sheet, right? The what you see here is one sheet and it's really, really thin. And then on the outside, like the layered like plywood that you see, the layered whatever, that's just layered on. I have some sort of plastic covering on the outside, but it's really breathable. And then I just like put these layers on just so that it looks aesthetically nicer. But for the most part, it doesn't really function very well for the most part. So this time I'm going to use more expensive like sheathing, so that way it'll conserve heat a little bit better. And I might put insulation. So like you see how all of this doesn't have insulation, and you can see like those sheathing. So like what I want to do is I want to put insulation and then put another piece of plywood on the inside, right, or piece of wood on the inside, so that way it retains heat a little bit better. So yeah, wish list. Yeah, I will try to see if I can just put it up. I'll put it up on my beacons tonight, and I won't announce it or whatever. And if I end up getting anything, I'll make a video announcing that I have it. And so yeah, I'll do something like that. Oh, man, sitting on this like log is painful. Could start by doing overnights in the yard. That is true. That is very true. Or sleeping in the shed if I can get it clean enough. Let's see here. How's it going from Rogers, Minnesota? I am doing good. Thank you for asking. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you very much for joining the live stream, everyone. Been on live for about an hour so far. I've got this Tabasco sauce. I'm actually going to be using this chipotle or smoked chipotle Tabasco sauce to make preserved meat. So I have a bunch of raw meat. Oh, I actually have it right here, I think. Let me see. Is it here? Nope, it's not that. Is it here? Nope. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's show you this. So this right here, let's see here. Yeah, so this right here is pork belly. I'm going to use this pork belly to make a dipping sauce, sort of, kind of, for my green tomatoes. And so I'm going to try to do that this Wednesday, if not earlier. Otherwise, I have this. So this is a beef top round steak. See? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to clean it. So like I'm going to run it through water or something. And then I'm going to pat it dry. And then I'm going to take the piece of meat and I'm going to just drench this all over it, right? And then I'm going to let this, or like the sauce, soak in the meat and everything. And I'm going to let it marinate for maybe like a day or two. From there, I just take it out and then I just set it on a rack. And then put it in. I've been pretty much just putting it out on a rack, and then I put a fan on it. And so I'll have, like, for example, like I'll have something like this. This is dirty. I don't use this. so I'll have something like this, and I'll put the piece of meat here, and then I'll have like a fan right next to it, just blowing on it. And it's literally just out on a counter table, like out in the open. In my house. And so it'll just do that, and then over like a course of an hour or two it'll start drying up enough to where you can touch it. And so then I'll just probably flip it over or something, but for the most part I'll just leave it for like a day, and then I'll flip it, I'll leave it for a day, and then I'll just leave it like that. And doing it this method with a fan takes roughly maybe 5 days, if not earlier, maybe 3 days, and it'll be good. Depends on the thickness of the meat. And then from there, if you leave it long enough, it'll be something like this, and then you can eat it. And the reason why you can eat it is raw meat like this, right, doesn't have a ton of bacteria on it. It does have bacteria on it, but it doesn't have a ton of bacteria on it. It's enough to where your immune system should be able to take care of it without any problem at all. But I suggest still being very careful about doing this. And so I'm not responsible for anything that you guys do. So essentially, like, that's how people preserve meat in the past, right? You salt it, you put seasonings or whatever, and you dry it. Because bacteria needs moisture, and it needs like a temperature range to grow. And if you remove any of those factors, right, then bacteria and mold doesn't have the opportunity to grow. So if you do put it in like the refrigerator, right, that's a cold sort of climate, and bacteria doesn't grow in that climate very well. It does grow, but it doesn't grow very well. But then the salt or like the flavorings and vinegar, right? Vinegar and salt it deters bacteria from growing, and bacteria and mold from growing, and so that helps also, right? And then moisture. So like if you leave it in the fridge and it just kind of slowly dries out, it loses its moisture. Bacteria and mold needs moisture in order to grow. And so it's the same thing, right? And so like if you put it on a rack with a fan on it, right? Um, you're eliminating the moisture because it's drying out slowly. And so like this is stuff that you've learned probably when you were a kid in biology class, but like this is just putting a different perspective on it, essentially. And people just don't make people just mostly but let's see here. But I like, you know, there you go. Spread. That looks good. Oh, and while we're on the topic, I do plan on making a video like this meat right here. I think I'm gonna try to make it, but like soon. But I'm going to make it as a YouTube video. So like all the videos that I did where I was preserving meat and stuff like that. So like beginning of this year, I did a lot of meat preservation videos where like I would say like let's preserve this ham or let's preserve this steak, let's preserve this and that, right? In this sauce and that sauce. I want to do that again. I want to do all of that again, but I want to do it in a YouTube format. And I want to see how I can grow my YouTube channel with that topic. And learn how to edit the longer YouTube videos a little bit better, because I have an understanding on how to capture people's attention on TikTok, but I don't know how to do that on YouTube yet. And I need to do that a little bit better because my average watch time is like 3 minutes and my average like video length is like 20 or something like that. And so, yeah, if I can somehow capture your attention a little bit better, it'd be nice. Like, and I don't blame people, for not watching my videos or anything like that all the way through. I blame myself because like I know like my videos are probably not the most entertaining or the most captivating at certain points in the video. So I want to make more captivating video where it'll entertain but educate, and captivate you to where you want to watch the whole video. Sometimes I don't even want to watch my own video all the way through. And so that's why I re-edit a lot of stuff to cut it down so it's shorter, right? But yeah, let's give this a try. Yeah. Smoky and tart. Yeah, so good. Oh man, that is so good. Seriously. Fear of bears, but getting over it by hiking all over the country while I'm trucking. I have a huge fear of bears also. But watching alone, watching some videos, watching Joe Robinette, I feel like bears are misunderstood. But I'm still scared of them. Hey, Matthew Franco, thank you very much for joining the live stream. This mask, it's an Oni mask. It's supposed to ward off evil. I have no spiritual or whatever connection to it or a superstition connection to it. It's just a cool mask that I like. But it's actually a mask for what is it? Airsoft. So like it's a really tough mask for airsoft, so for protection. But I just use it as a decoration for people to ask about the mask, to engage in a conversation, to cause people to comment and ask about it, and so that way it boosts like the algorithm. Some not YouTube tutorials, yes, or not, yeah, or just yeah, tutorials in general. I do want to learn more about nuts. Okay, third beer. I'm feeling fine. There's like no buzz at all. I think I need like whiskey, actually. I think I need whiskey. Ron, let's see here. A little north from you in Canada. Have you ever visited Canada? I'm in Winnipeg. I have not visited Canada. I'd love to. It'd be really, really fun. I probably need to update my license though. Like I know in 2023, like I think it's what is it? It's March 10th, 2023 or something like that is when I need to update my license to be like a real license or something. Like it's like combined with your passport or something, and or you can use your ID as your passport. It's called the real ID, and you need to update it, and that's like the deadline or something, March 10th, 2023. And so I might need to do that soon before that if I want to travel. Yeah, oh, that feels good. Standing up feels good. Okay. I don't have any glasses though, or clean glasses at least. Yeah, this was the same problem I had last time. Okay. Let's see here. Actually, I kind of want tequila instead. Aloha from Hawaii. Great. Let's see here. Stealth camp also, but legal. All right. Yep. Biggest inspiration. Thank you very much. Oh, it's Morgan Freeman. Thank you very much. Okay. Look at this. This friggin' tequila. This is a really nice bottle. Let's see here. We got 151. I'm not drinking this. This is just clean stuff. Like this 151 that I have of Everclear is, or yeah, 151. It's 151 proof. So it's 75.5%. And that's the highest that I can get in Minnesota. Minnesota doesn't allow you to have that highest proof of Everclear. And the highest proof Everclear is like, is it 270 or something like that? I know like it's like 90, like 97.5% or something ridiculous, right? And I want that. And I can buy that in Wisconsin. But I don't travel to Wisconsin very often. But I think the nearest place or the nearest liquor store that does sell it is like, I think 30 or 40 minutes away, I think, or something like that. But but I don't know if they'll have it when I go there. And so I've never really went. But I want it not for drinking. I want it as like a disinfectant or just survival uses, Oh, that cleaned it well. But yeah, one of these days I might travel over to Wisconsin and buy myself some highest proof, um, like Everclear. Ooh, yeah, El Tesoro extra on anejo or something tequila. Yeah, that's good smelling tequila. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna sip it. I'm not taking it as a shot. I don't do that anymore. I don't take things as shots anymore. that that life stage or whatever of mine of heavy drinking is over. I just drink for social occasions. I would consider this as a social occasion because I have 44 people here with me. But I've got some salt. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll just like eat some salt or something and then take a little sip. Ooh, that is really good. It's such a unique flavor. Yeah, really, really good. I need to mix this with Grand Marnier. I'm going to do that. But let's check out the chat. What's your advice for someone new to preserving meat by drying at home? That's a good question. Um, I would suggest just using a really cheap cut of meat and slicing it really, really thin, right? So like this I have is already really thin, but you can get it a lot thinner even. So slice it up really, really thin, right? Or just buying it pre-sliced really thin and then taking it out and then washing it lightly, just to make sure that there's no slime or whatever on it, or I don't even know. But for the most part, just clean it and then pat it dry with like a clean paper towel. From there, soak it in soy sauce. Take soy sauce and then maybe a little bit of sugar or honey, just a little bit, not too much. But just take soy sauce and then a little bit of something sweet, just to balance the flavors. And then let it marinate, right? So take the meat, let it marinate in that sauce, right? For like a day or something. And then from there, take the meat out, place it on a rack like this, place it on a rack, something like this, and clear out your refrigerator. Put out something put something out first so that way if any liquids drip, it'll drip on there so you don't make a mess. And then just set the rack in your refrigerator and give it enough space to where there's like maybe an inch or two or maybe more below the rack. So like this thing folds out, all right? And so like it sits like this. And so this is about like 3 inches. And so that way it gives it enough airflow. And so the refrigerator and keep it up at the top where like all the airflow is in the refrigerator. Let it do that. Let it do its own thing for like a week or something. Or like let it sit there for like maybe 3-4 days. And then you'll see that the meat will look dry somewhat. It'll look, if it's dry enough to touch, just flip it and then let it sit for another couple of days until it's dry. Once it's completely dry to the touch where you can like just handle it and stuff, press on it. If you can press on it and you can feel that it's still soft, that it's not completely dry yet, you can continue drying it. But for the most part, roughly around that sort of stage, you can start eating it already. It's okay for it to be like soft still and eat it. It's okay for it to be red and still eat it. because all of the inside of the meat, right, have never been touched. So like all the inside is good to eat raw, because bacteria didn't penetrate it. Because bacteria and mold is usually just on the surface of meat. Um, and so, yeah, you can give that a try. That's kind of what I did in the beginning. Um, the refrigerator is the best sort of um, beginner friendly sort of setup. Uh, if you want to learn a little bit more, try searching biltong, or how to make biltong. It's spelled Biltong. So just biltong. Um, and searching for that, you'll be able to kind of learn how to make African style biltong. You literally can just take a raw piece of meat without seasoning it or anything and just let it dry, and then let it dry for like a couple of weeks or something, maybe less, and then slice into it and eat it as is. Like you literally can do that. Um, but for me, it was something that I needed to build up, like my immune system had to build up to being able to eat stuff like this. Um, like the very first time I ate it, I felt fine. I did have some diarrhea, but it was just really light. It wasn't a problem to me. It felt kind of normal. But yeah, it wasn't a problem. Let's see here. Gotta go back to sleep. Great live stream, Tom. Thank you very much, Marty. I appreciate it. I appreciate your help. Let's see here. Good night. Let's see here. Hello from New York. Thanks for the advice. So it's been an hour and 17 minutes. That means, so I started the live stream at 11:30. So it's probably 12:30, 12:47 right now or something like that. Yeah, it's probably 12:47. I have to go to work tomorrow still. I work from home, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, good. So once hmm, once it gets colder, or once I clean up, and once I get my extension done and all that, but for the most part, um, once I have everything cleaned up and organized in here, I'll start doing more live streams where I'm cooking. And so, like this wood stove, I'll have it running or something. Right now, it's kind of chilly actually. Let me see. It is currently 50 degrees right now in the shed. 50 degrees is a decent temperature to actually like do an overnighter or something like that. Um, but yeah, it's 50 degrees in the shed right now, and if I sit here long enough, it'll be a little bit chilly. And I can probably get a wood stove like set up going, and I can start cooking something, and maybe I could even cook soft-shell crabs or something, or food, and just kind of sit and chill and talk to people. But yeah, yep. Not bad. I really enjoy this tequila. It's not bad at all. It's very, very flavorful tequila. It's way better than Patron. What's that hot sauce? Oh, um, this is just Tabasco sauce, but it's like the Chipotle Tabasco sauce. It's like the smoked Tabasco sauce. I'm actually going to be using this to make preserved meat. You get the new stove in, or is that for later? Ah, great question. So the new wood stove that I got from Winterwell, they they're super cool, and I really love their products. So like I have my fold out like titanium wood stove, and that thing is super lightweight and super cool, and I love it. And I bought it Like I spent like 500 something dollars on it, and I bought a bunch of other stuff with it too. And so yeah, it was expensive, but it's well worth it. The wood stove that they sent me to replace this wood stove is called the Nomad View, and it's the large version. And so it's about the same size as this one, but it has like these things that fold out, and it's really cool. It has like a water tank, um, which is this right here. This water tank. So this water tank here, right? So like it fills up with water. Fills up with water. Oh, oh, that's just some dust. But yeah, fills up with water. You can turn this, it's really cool. I really love it. And this just sits on like the wood stove and it just heats up and stuff. And once it's done, there's these tabs here, right? That you can like set it off to the side. And so just to keep it warm and stuff. And so the wood stove, I'm going to eventually take that and replace it with this one, right? And so let's see here. This one right here is called the Guide Gear wood stove, and it's all rusted up, as you can see, right? And I'm going to turn this into a smoker or something like that. And the Nomad View, I'm going to make like a cleaning video and some other stuff with it, and it's really cool. I might someday take it out into the woods or something. Like if I do like a winter camping session, right? I'll have like a sled or something and I'll have this all set up and I'll just trek it out into the woods and I'll get it set up in the woods and yeah, and I'll start cooking with it and stuff. It'd be really cool. That'd be so badass. But like I really want to have my own like property. And it's so hard to figure out how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to just put that off to the side for now. I'm not going to think about buying my own property until 2023. So like as you probably already know, 2021, this year, I've been very, very dedicated to TikTok. But TikTok has begun to change a lot, and I've been having problems making content on TikTok because I keep getting banned for the videos that I make. And it's not because of like the haters and stuff. It's not because of them. It's more just the way that TikTok is handling like taking down videos and stuff. So like TikTok would review a video that I upload if the algorithm detects something that might violate the community guidelines. And so the algorithm does everything. And so like if they detect a video that might violate a guideline, they take it down. And then you're banned for 3 days from posting, right? And then you can appeal the video, meaning that there was a mistake. And then a real life person will then review it. And then that can take between like half a day to a day or so. And once it's reviewed by a human, if they deem that it's okay, they'll restore the video. But the biggest issue here is once the video is restored, you're still banned for those 3 days because it still violated a community guideline, even though it was a mistake, right? And that's what's really upsetting about TikTok right now, where they have not addressed that issue or fixed it yet. So like if I make a video where it doesn't violate a community guideline, but the algorithm takes it down, I'm still penalized for it. Even though it doesn't violate anything, the human deems that it doesn't violate anything, they restore the video. I'm still banned for 3 days from posting. And that really, really hurts because like if you've noticed, I post every day practically. And I try to post every day, but I've been very discouraged from posting because there are some things that I post that sometimes might violate the guideline, like this, like friggin' this, right? On YouTube, I can hold this, I can go like this, and I'll be fine. But on TikTok, if I like what you're seeing right now, if I do this on TikTok, the video will get taken down, right? No matter what, because the algorithm detects a hand and it detects something shiny and sharp, right? That's what the algorithm detects, and then it takes the video down, and then you have to appeal it because it wasn't dangerous activity, right? And then a human will be like, oh, he's just holding a knife, it's safe, it's okay, right? And so it's really frustrating. And so I am trying to transition over to YouTube. And this is where my roots are, right? I started this YouTube channel like 5 years ago. And it's been growing tremendously. And I've appreciated all of the support that you guys give me. Like, it's getting somewhere, right? It's really amazing. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy. I am not anyone special. Like, I just enjoy making videos, and I just enjoy sharing the things that I experience with people, right? And if I'm able to do this as a full-time job, I'd be incredibly grateful. Like, if and so to get back to the point, 2021 was my TikTok time, right? 2021, I'm going to try to make it through the year with TikTok. I'm trying to transition over, but 2022 is going to be YouTube. So like, I've built a big following on TikTok, and I appreciate everyone. But my time is moving over to YouTube now, and I want to build my YouTube audience, and I want to reach 100,000 subscribers to get that plaque, to get that silver play button. I want to have it sitting somewhere around here in the background. Like, you will eventually see a YouTube like silver play button in the background, because I'm halfway there, almost practically. Like, I'm close to 50,000 subscribers, I think, right now. And it'd be really, really incredible to be able to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It'd be really cool. But I mean, realistically, from how I'm like growing right now, I might reach like 80,000, maybe. So yeah, it's really cool. So silver play button, you'll see it. You will. It's not. It's not like. Yeah, it's not a yes or no thing. It's a yes. It's a yes thing. And it's like, you will see a silver play button. It's just a matter of time, essentially. So you'll see a silver play button, and I'd love to be able to share that with everyone, because I've never really gotten any like plaques or awards for anything I've done in the past, and I feel like this is really achievable. And so yeah, it's really, really cool. Silver play button. That's the goal for YouTube. And so 2022 is silver play button and just building YouTube, right? Building YouTube. And then 2023 is buying my own property. And so that is what I'm going to do. And I think that is a decent goal, right? And so yeah, it'd be really fun. Let's see here. But yeah, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna get going now. I really appreciate everyone and their like super chats. It's really cool. And then I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I have so much more fun, and I just enjoy it a little bit more, a lot more on YouTube. TikTok, like, the live stream is good, I suppose, for the most part, for what it is, but I enjoy YouTube a lot more. And this gets saved, and so all my other like subscribers and stuff can watch this also later. And so yeah. Let's see here. All right. right. So yeah, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I will see you on TikTok and YouTube and everywhere else. If you want, also consider like following me on Instagram. Also, it's also Smiling Turtle. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.